The night shift is a polarizing proposition for many workers. Some actively seek it out, enjoying the relative peace and quiet of the midnight hours, while others try to avoid it at all costs, only partaking out of necessity. Fortunately for the latter group, the requirement to work overnight has lessened somewhat in recent decades due to the introduction of twilight shifts and automated solutions. However, even in roles where human presence is still deemed necessary, night workers often find themselves isolated and alone. Despite the support of digital communications, CCTV, and GPS technology, emotions such as fear, loneliness, and doubt can be overwhelming. It is not uncommon for night shift workers to have at least one strange experience to share. Built in 1818, Lawns Hospital was commissioned to accommodate growing numbers of mentally ill residents. Over the years, it became one of the most prominent asylums in the southwest of England, but its reputation was marred by accusations of mistreatment. After its closure, the site stood derelict for over a decade, during which time security guards were employed to patrol the grounds. One such guard, Stevie Boy Hegarty, reported numerous eerie incidents during his time on the site. He experienced doors slamming shut on their own, gurneys rolling down corridors, and the sounds of footsteps when no one was around. On one occasion, while feeling unwell, Steve-O lay down in a makeshift sick bay. He was disturbed by a persistent sound that he initially thought was the wind, but soon realized was deep, labored breathing. When he turned to investigate, he encountered a slim woman in a white hospital gown who vanished through the wall after he reached out to her. This encounter left him shaken and confirmed to him that he was not alone in the hospital. On the island of Honokushi, the Mekulamaki Training Center serves as the main coaching facility for the police department. During the night, it is typically patrolled by a solitary security officer. One such officer, Tony Bowler, experienced a series of terrifying events that almost led him to quit his job. One night, while investigating a disturbance at the dog kennels, he heard loud bangs and found the shutters of an empty firearms training building slamming open and shut on their own. When he approached the building, the shutters suddenly closed as if responding to his presence. 2 nights later, timid Tony saw an old lady in a flowing white dress walking towards him, only for her to vanish into thin air. When she reappeared, her features were twisted in a terrifying grimace, causing him to flee in fear and hit the whiskey. In the northwestern United States, a young man named Johnny Lockhead took a job as a night watchman at a brewery complex. Initially excited, he soon felt uneasy, convinced that someone was watching him. One evening, he encountered a large humanoid figure covered in thick hide, which disappeared as soon as he made eye contact. After several unsettling experiences, including seeing the entity in reflections, Johnny decided to quit his job, seeking employment that did not involve night shifts. However, some incidents continue to defy rational explanation. Is it possible that darkness weakens the barriers between the living world and what lies beyond? Do feelings of loneliness make individuals more appealing to supernatural entities? Or is it a combination of sleep deprivation and vulnerability that heightens our senses and leads us to perceive things that aren't there? As long as society requires people to work night shifts, stories of paranormal or supernatural visitors will continue to accompany their job descriptions. Whether you are a night shift worker or simply curious about the unknown, these chilling accounts remind us of the mysteries that lurk in the shadows of the night.